everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm so glad you could join me. If you're new here, hi, my name is Mel. So today is a fun video I wanted to do. It's a challenge video, and it's the first letter makeup challenge. So basically what you're doing is you're taking the first letter of your name and using brands of makeup that is with that brand. So I lucked out because I have an M, so there's actually quite several. When I started going through my little collection here, I had quite a few products that start or brands that start with the letter M. So I'm very happy. And this was started by, I actually first saw this on Kathleen Light's channel, and she said that she saw it on Nikki Tutorials channel, and Nikki was the one that kind of started this. So I thought it would just be a fun video to do, and I didn't realize how many products that I have that start with M. So if you want to see what products I'm using and what brands I'm using, let's jump into it. Yeah, so I thought I really lucked out with having the first letter of my name is M. So when I actually looked through my collection of makeup, and I couldn't believe how many products I actually have and how many makeup brands I have that do start with the letter M. So I lucked out. I did very well. And yeah, so today is all about the letter M because my name starts with M, and it's Mother's Day, and all the makeup I'm using today starts with M. So I feel like I'm in a Sesame Street episode or something. Boys and girls, today we are learning about the letter M. So let's get started. I first want to go in with primer. Now what I like about this challenge is it makes me use products that I normally wouldn't have used before. And I've had them in, like I get little sample sizes, and some of this I haven't used before. So one of these products I'm going to first try out, again a first impression, is Milk Makeup. This is the Hydro Grip Primer. And I've heard really good things about this primer. It's supposed to be like exceptional. Let's see how, I haven't, we'll get, I don't know how much to use. I think we'll just start off with that much. And I'm going to first start off with the areas where I have my largest pores, which is in here. It has a tiny bit of a scent to it, but nothing too bad. And what I like about, if you've never heard of the brand Milk Makeup before, they are a cruelty-free brand and like 100% vegan, very natural. If you like that type of cosmetic products, you'll like this. And it's very tacky. It's kind of sticking to my face. Yeah, so I thought this was just a really super cool challenge. It wasn't until I was going through all my stuff that there is a lot of brands that start with M. So I was really happy about that. So yeah, I like it when I can just kind of get a few little sample sizes of stuff, because that way you don't have to buy the whole thing, and it lets you try the products out. So okay, so I really like that. That's nice. And you're going to see what's nice about this too is also there's going to be a bunch of brands on here that you may have not seen on my channel before. So like Milk is one of them. I've never used Milk on my Milk makeup on my channel before. And I think what I'll do today is I'll just do quickly my foundation, and then we'll do my eyes after that. So the next product I'm going in is by the brand Makeup Forever. And this is the Ultra HD Invisible Cover Foundation. So again, just a really, really good brand. And I have this in the shade. The thing about Makeup Forever is they don't really have like colors. They have numbers and symbols for their shades. So this one is in the shade R330. But this one makes my skin look really flawless. And this is just a 30 ml size, so pretty standard size for a foundation. This one I find is pretty lightweight. Doesn't feel really heavy on my skin, and it has like one of those pump type of bottles. So I'm just going to squeeze about that much, and it is like a runnier foundation. You can see it running down my hand, so that is more of a lighter coverage. And unfortunately I don't have a lot of like sponges and stuff like that have the makeup brands, so this is just my L'Oreal sponge. So it is a lighter coverage foundation. Again, really nice for the summertime. It hides any imperfections and evens out my skin tone. But see how it just gives me a really fresh, natural look. You can still see my skin poking through. I think that primer has kind of made it more of a like a matte finish. So I don't hate that. You know, I like more of like a dewy, glowy look. But yeah, for today, I think that looks quite nice. But yeah, just it's blending in. It blends in so nicely, and it doesn't feel like you're wearing foundation. I know some mascara, or I know some foundations can really make it feel like you definitely feel like you're wearing foundation, whereas this one doesn't do it at all. It's very light. So I really like that part of it. But yeah, I think that turned out nice. So next we'll go in with a little bit of color correcting I want to do today because I feel like I'm just really dark under the eyes. I'm going to use Makeup Forever. This is the Ultra HD. This is their Invisible Cover Concealer. But you can see it's more of a peachy tone. So I like this one and my Lise Watche for color correcting. But I just need a tiny little bit. It's like a squeezy little tube. And I'm almost out of it. Try to get the last few little drops out of it. But this is very pigmented, and I just need like basically a drop of it. And I use my ring fingers to kind of blend that in. But it just takes away any of that really purple blue color I have under my eyes. Really creamy. It's very hydrating. As you know, I mentioned before, I have really dry under eyes. So this one just kind of keeps them hydrated. And don't worry, all that peach color will go away once I put some concealer on. Okay, so now that I got that all blended in there, next we're going to go in with concealer, and I'm going to be using the Maybelline Superstay. I just introduced this to you on my channel a couple videos ago, but it is absolutely fantastic. My two new ones that I've tried, the NYX and this one, are so good. I just have this one in the shade 15 Light. But I couldn't believe, like I said, I think in the one video I said, like, I just don't know why I've never used this one before. It's fantastic. And I'm just putting the concealer right in this area where I have the darkest color. And I usually run it up by my nose here. And I'm also going to highlight as well. So I'm just going to put some there. And blend it all in. And I don't have my other little sponge with me, so I'm just going to use this one. It's not the best for trying to blend in that concealer. I'll probably use my finger a little bit. But what I really like about this concealer is it's not drying at all, and it stays. Like it really does, from the name, I guess, because it's called Superstay, but it really does last all day. So I love that part of that. And I don't know about you guys, I always get concealer that just gets stuck right in there. And I think I'm just going to take some and put it on my eyelids as a bit of a primer for my eyeshadow. And I don't really have a vision of what I want this look to look like today because I have a whole bunch of palettes. I'll show you those in a second that I brought in here. So we're just going to play with makeup today. Not sure what it's going to look like. Okay, so I think that's good for the face right now. Next, we're going to go in with brows. I always like to try and get my brows done early. So, of course, you guys know I'm going to go in with my Maybelline. This is the Brow Ultra Slim. I have this in the shade medium brown. But I absolutely adore this eyebrow pencil. It is fantastic. One of the best ones I've tried in a really long time. I mentioned before, I don't really do a lot with my brows. I'm just trying to fill in all the little sparse areas. I don't know about you guys, but the eyebrows are starting to get a little unruly. And same with the hair. Can't wait. I think it's a couple weeks for us before our hair salons and stuff are going to start opening. Okay, so brows are filled in. I wasn't going to bore you with it. You've seen it a million times on my channels, me doing my eyebrows. But I am going to go in with the Maybelline Brow Fast Sculpt Gel Mascara. And this is for your eyebrows. And this just helps them stay in place all day. I have this in, this is just like a clear. I didn't want any color because I already have color on my eyebrows. But it's just a nice little gel. Helps the eyebrow hair stay in place all day long. It's one of those things I can't stand when they just move around throughout the day. And then just to kind of finish off the face before we move on to the eyes, I'm going to go in with the Makeup Forever. This is just a Ultra HD, like a loose setting powder. Again, just a little trial size that I have of it. And it's a really fine, it's almost like cornstarch. So I just stick a little bit into the lid. But it's what I love about it is it's translucent, so it's not depositing any more color. And because it is such a fine powder, it doesn't leave any cakiness on my face. It just is taking that bit of a shine away. And for me personally, it lasts throughout the day. I don't have to retouch it. So a really nice powder. So moving on to the eyes. So I grabbed a bunch of the palettes that I have that start with M. And I mean, yeah, I could have done like a whole Maybelline look because that was kind of the one that kind of jumped out at me first, but I wanted to do some new products too. Now the one brand, I'm going to kind of cheat here just a little bit, kind of, sort of. The brand Revolution, they've recently, well, I don't know how long they've been doing it, but they kind of went to Revolution. But before that, it was actually called Makeup Revolution. That's how I've always known the company by that name. You can see right up here, it does say Makeup Revolution. So that's how I know the brand. So like I said, I'm kind of cheating a little bit. But I also have my Marcelle. Sorry for they're pretty dirty right now because I've used these all the time. But I love these two palettes. One is for warm nudes and one is cool nudes. Absolutely love those two palettes. I have a couple of Maybelline ones. So this is my Maybelline Total Temptation. I believe when I used this one, it was like a first impression one and I wasn't entirely sold on it. So I don't know, maybe I'll try and revisit it. And then I have also this one here. This is the Maybelline, the City Mini Palette. So I love the shades. The shades were just beautiful. So I think I may go in with this one. I'm just going to use probably a bunch of colors from all these palettes. But look at how pretty that is. I think I'll go into the Emily palette. This is from Emily Noel. That's her palette that I used it on my channel a while ago. So I think what I'll do is I'll go into this color here, which is called Peace. And I'll use that as my transition shade. Right now, I can't believe, like, we're having a really warm May, surprisingly. Like today, this weekend, so this is Saturday right now, this weekend is supposed to go up to like, well, in Canada we go by Celsius, so for us it's 29 degrees, which is that's really warm. I'm not sure what that would be in Fahrenheit, but we're having, yeah, it's unbelievable. And then luckily my son is here right now because he usually is back east. But they're having a really, like, a cold snap back there, which is, I don't know. Our weather is just really weird. Okay, so that was a nice transition shade. I think what I'll go into is the Marcelle. This is the warm nude one. And I'll start using this one here. You can see this well-used one there. Yep, that's the one. It's very well used. I love this little palette. The colors are just, right up my alley. I like more neutral, warm colors. And I'm putting that right on the end here, just trying to deepen that area up so that my eyes don't look as droopy. Okay, so I want to play with a little bit more color today because I always do neutral looks, so I just wanted to maybe try out this palette here. So let's first go in with that blue color. I don't know, we'll see how it looks pretty blue. And I'm just going to use, this is a NYX, just like a pencil brush. Oh, that's a really nice, pretty blue. It's like a teal green color. Oh, that's really nice. Okay. Good. It's not as pigmented as I was hoping it wouldn't be. And I'll blend it in after. I'm just trying to deposit the color right now. These brushes are really good if you want more of like a detailed area to try and cover. This does a great job of that. Okay, good. I'm glad that turned out better than I thought. Nice. And there isn't, that's the only thing about using dark colors that I get a little bit scared about is after I've done my face and if there's fallout, but there really isn't any fallout. That's good. Nice. And then I'm just going to go in. This is an e.l.f. Fluffy Eye Blender Brush. And this is just going to make sure that everything is blended in and there's no harsh lines. And then just to make the eyes a little bit more colorful, I'm going to try out that burgundy shade. Wish Me Luck. And I'm going to put that just up here, just to kind of soften this area up over here. Nice, the eyes are turning out better than I thought they were. When you're trying out new palettes and seeing how the colors are, that's the fun part of it. And you never know what eye look you're going to create. And they're blending really nicely, so that's another good thing. I always look when I'm for my eyeshadows whether they blend really nice and you're not having to like work for hours trying to blend it all in. So that turned out really nice. I like that. But I want to add a little bit of shimmer into the very corner. So I'm going to go in with that one. That's the only shimmer shade that is in the palette. And I'm just going to use my my finger to put that on. Sometimes that works better. Oh my goodness, okay, that is really pigmented. And I just find it's easier to put on with your finger than a brush. You can use a brush. Sometimes if you get the brush a little bit wet and do it that way, that'll work as well. So I really like how the eyes turned out. That shimmer shade is beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. So next we're going to go in with another brand I haven't used on my channel before. And again, just a little sample size I have of it. It's the Marc Jacobs. It's just like an eyeliner, a gel eyeliner. It's like that. And that's one thing about when you use like a shimmer shade on your lid, sometimes the eyeliner doesn't want to grab onto the eyelid. It's not going to be a dark line. And then I just want to diffuse that line a little bit so it's not like a harsh line. Not that that pencil, it's not really a harsh black eyeliner, but I'm just going to use my Real Techniques. This is a definer brush. It's just like an angled little brush. And I use these ones to just kind of soften the eyeliner up. And sometimes you can just kind of use the angle part and create a wing if you want. But on me, I just prefer more of a softer look. Okay, and before I put mascara on, I'm just going to do my under eye area. And I'll use those shades that I put on my lids. So I'm actually quite impressed with how well this little Maybelline palette did. It's a lot different than I thought it was going to be. I'm going to do more of a lighter inner rim of my eye. So this is just a Maybelline Lasting Drama. This is an older pencil. I don't even know if they carry this one anymore, quite honestly. It's very well used. But I'm just going to use that in my waterline. And I like this one because it stays on all day. Really nice and waterproof. I don't know why my eyes feel a little bit like watery lately. I don't know if it's allergies or what. When it came time to try and choose a mascara, I was in a bit of a dilemma because I have a lot of Maybelline mascaras and I like them all. But between this is just like a couple I have. I think I have a couple more hidden somewhere. But like I have the Falsies one, I have the Lash Sensational one, and then I have the Colossal Big Shot. So I think I was gonna go. I'm gonna go with the Colossal Big Shot just because it is the one that it's the newest one I have that you guys probably haven't seen as much. So I just want to quickly, because I'm not going to wear false eyelashes today, I just want to give them a bit of a curl because there really isn't any false eyelashes that I know of that start with an M. My go-tos are always Ardell's. But yeah, this is the Colossal Big Shot Volume Express. And I have this one in the shade, this is very black. But this one is great. It's very volumizing, gives your lashes a really big boost. And it gets all those little lashes as well. I have some of my lashes on the end here kind of curl in a downward motion. So then I try and get all these little lashes as well in the corners. Yeah, love that mascara. It's not clumpy. It doesn't flake by the end of the night. So I really enjoy using this one. So for bronzer, I didn't have a great selection to choose from. I have basically my Maybelline City Bronzer. I have this one in the shade 200, and then I have like a Marcelle one. I thought I would go with the City Bronzer just because it's more familiar for people if you're looking for the brand. Because Marcelle is a Canadian brand, so not everybody knows about that one. And it's just a nice tan color. Gives you a nice warm look to your face. And it is on the matte side, so there isn't really any shimmer with it. It's just going to warm your complexion up without depositing. This color in particular, I just like it because it's more of a natural looking tan. And as always, you can tell, especially because it's warm outside, it makes this room even warmer. So my cheeks are like, oh my goodness, they're so red right now. I do want to put a blush on, even though I probably don't need it. And this one's also really good for if you want to contour, just because it is a matte. It's really nice for that. So another brand you haven't seen on my channel before, but this is very well used, so I apologize for the old looking packaging because I've had it for quite some time. So this is the Milani, and this is the blush. This is the shade Romantic Rose, but it's such a beautiful, and this, I apologize, at one time it had like a indent of a rose shape, but I've used it a lot. And I like the Milani blushes. I think there's like a baked blush as well. I haven't tried that one, but it just leaves a nice flush to your cheeks and blends in really nicely, very easily. Okay, next up is highlighter. So this is highlighter I haven't tried before. Again, it's by that Milk makeup company. And it's just like a little stick highlighter. Really cute. Now this is a gold shade. So gold doesn't usually suit me. I'm more of a rose gold person. Sorry, I'm just wiping my hands. I have a towel on my lap that I rub all my brushes and stuff on. So just, if that you're wondering what I'm doing, that's what I'm doing. So I think what I'll do is just use, I don't want to use a brush. I think I'll just use my hand and see what that, okay, so that's really pretty. And let's give this a go. This is, again, a first impression. I haven't used this highlighter yet. Oh, really pretty. Yeah, very subtle. It's not a blinding highlight. Okay, I don't know if that's going to be my favorite. The only other stick one that I have, and I was going to bring it into the room, but I didn't, is it's a Maybelline, like a strobe. So yeah, this is definitely very natural looking. But if you like your highlighter like that, then you'll really enjoy this. I like my highlighters to have maybe just a little bit of more oomph to them. But yeah, I mean, it's giving me a little bit of a glow. But again, this wouldn't be one that I'd gravitate to personally. I think what I'll do is I'll go into that, I didn't use this one yet, the Total Temptation one. It has some really cute little shimmer shades in there. I think I'll use this one here. It's like a yellow. Oh yeah, that's better. That has some little bit of kick to it. And I'll use that same one and just highlight my brow bone a little bit. I'm going to use that same, because that's what it is. It is a highlighter. It's an eyeshadow and a highlighter palette. So I'm going to use this highlighter instead of that milk one, just to give myself a little bit of shine here. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, not that this is a bad, like if you like a really, really subtle highlighter, you would enjoy this, but I like to have a little bit more highlight on my face. Okay, so I'm trying to get this done before it gets much hotter in here. So next is lips. So I am using the Maybelline Color Sensational Shaping Lip Liner. This is in shade 110, Purely Nude. And this one isn't my favorite lip liner. And the reason for that is it actually kind of sometimes tugs on your lip. I'll kind of show you here. It doesn't, like see how I'm kind of tugging at my lip as I'm putting it on. Whereas something like my NYX one, it just glides on. So yeah, this isn't my absolute favorite lip liner. I like the color, but the formulation isn't my favorite. Yeah, so I don't know what it is about, if it just doesn't have maybe enough like waxiness in it, or I'm not sure, but yeah, it's not my favorite, but it's the Maybelline one, so I had to use it. For lippies, I couldn't decide between, I have a MAC and I also have a Milani. So I thought, why not mix the two? I love mixing my lippies. So this is MAC in the shade Blankety, one of my favorite nude shades. And this one is in the shade Pretty Natural. And it's kind of has some pink tones to it. So let's first go in with the MAC. And I like MAC because they're just so creamy. But it's such a, yeah, very, very creamy formulation. Glides on easily. One of my favorite nude shades. That's like a higher end. And then I'm going to take the Milani and kind of go over that. See how it just gives you like the perfect pink shade. That's why I always mix my lip colors up. I love doing that. And then because I always have to have some sort of like a lip topper on, even though this MAC is really nice and shiny, it does give you a nice, I do like a bit of a gloss. So I'm going with the Marcelle Luxe Gloss. And this is in the shade 40 Angel. Isn't that just a pretty nice little color? And I'm just going to put in the center. Just a nice little color. I always like having a gloss. And then for final step, I want to make sure that this is going to last all day, especially because it's really warm out. So I don't want it melting all over my face today. So the Maybelline Master Fix, actually one of my go-tos for a nice setting spray. So that is it. This was super fun to do. I don't know if I know anybody else out there that wants to challenge themselves, to my fellow YouTubers out there that want to challenge themselves to find makeup brands that has the first initial of your name. So I was very fortunate. I have an M, and I had a lot of the products today, so this was very fun. I enjoyed doing this and used a bunch of products that I haven't used before. Like I said, I haven't used the Milk brand before, and I haven't shown, like the Milani, MAC, and that sort of thing on my channel before. So this was a lot of fun. I hope you enjoyed it. And leave me any comments down below of how you like the look and if you like this sort of content. This is the first time I've kind of done like a challenge video. This was, like I said, it's a lot of fun. And before you leave, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I would love for you to be a little part of my home here on YouTube. And just make sure to hit that notification bell, and that way you're notified whenever I upload a new video. So that's it for now, guys. I hope everybody has a great week and a great life, and I will see you all very soon in my next video. Bye.